Captain on the bridge.
Morning, Captains. We are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we got some things to go over from the Star Trek Online X feed, so on screen. Yes, Captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor, hit that like button. Also, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to our YouTube bridge, as always on the lookout for like-minded Captains, where we can share our love, our passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now, with that said, here we go. Captains, we are at the day of the release of Incursion as the release of this video, so we're super excited. And of course, this blog that we're going to go over came out the day before, but we're recording it the night before Incursion. So what we'll do is go over that blog, of course, drop the 2 ECs, and then at the end give our conclusion. So here we go. The Protostar, the central ship of Star Trek Prodigy, is coming to PC tomorrow. So we knew that this was coming. Here's the actual official blogs, or the blog for the ship, and here is a shot there of the Protostar. Again, it has all the right sort of looks for me for a Federation ship. I kind of do like the skin on it. It kind of reminds me of, I believe, that movie from my childhood, the Flight of the Aviator, I believe. Comment below, Captains, if you remember that. It's like a shape-shifting sort of silverish ship. It's just one of those things that just embeds and is etched into my mind. But that's kind of one of the first things I sort of remembered when I saw this ship, at least in the clips from Prodigy. But there she is. So, command the Protostar Temporal Science Spearhead. The main ship of Star Trek Prodigy is coming to PC today, as of this video. So the Protostar Temporal Science Spearhead Tier 6 was built around a prototype warp drive built around a literal protostar, and it represents a bold step into the unknown for Starfleet. The first ship of the class was drawn into a temporal anomaly fit to give the Department of Temporal Investigations nightmares, disentangling a disastrous first contact that threatened to leave 2 civilizations in ruins. Stranded across the galaxy and crewed by escaped child laborers led by holographic advisor Janeway, the Protostar has proven itself to be a resilient and adaptable home for the wayward and hope for the hopeless. The advanced shielding technology required to keep its tiny star contained has borne fruit for protecting the hull, adding to the overall resilience and flexibility that is the hallmark of Starfleet's experimental ship design. And the integrated living construct on board demonstrates the virtue of durability when keeping an open mind in the face of hostility. Whatever your troubles and wherever your home, Protostar will get you there safely. Well, I'm kind of reading this how they kind of come up with the lore here in Star Trek Online, and or directly from the show. But there it is. Again, it has all the right cues for me. I like the Spearhead design saucer there. The pylon swept back, always like that. It makes it kind of a sleeker ship. And then the nacelles. The only thing that I make some sort of criticism on the design is kind of like the cut-off front of the nacelle there, and how the deflector has like no traditional deflector look. It's just there. But it is what it is. Protostar Temporal Science Spearhead Tier 6. So this starship includes a Commander Science Temporal Operations Specialist Bridge Officer seat and a Lieutenant Commander Engineering Miracle Worker Specialist Bridge Officer seat. So the details. Again, Tier 6, Faction Federation or Federation Aligned. Required rank must complete the tutorial. Hull modifier is 1. Shield mod is 1.6. Weapons, of course, is a 4 in the fore and 3 in the aft. Device slots 3. Of course, the bridge officer stations, as we went over already, the Commander Science Temporal Operations, Lieutenant Commander Engineering Miracle Worker, Lieutenant Commander Tactical, Ensign Science, and Lieutenant Universal. Consoles, 2 TAC, 4 Eng, and 5 Psi. Base turn rate is 9, impulse mod is 0.21, inertia 45, plus shield power 5, engine power plus 10, and then aux power 5. Can equip dual cannons, but of course on the show I believe it just fired phaser beams. Correct me if I'm wrong, Captains, in the comments below. That's kind of what I saw when it was up against that Federation fleet. console, the Universal Reformed Living Construct. Of course, it has a SecDef, sensor analysis, subsystem targeting, and of course the Proto Warp. So the molecular reconstruction ship mechanic and the Starship Master Package is of the Science Vessel, so you get plus exotic damage, plus shield HP, plus healing, plus shield regen hardness, and of course the Starship trait is the Hex Grid Shield Focusing. So they're really leaning into the shield on this, just because it is needed in Star Trek Online. No, it's not, but sure. For the immersion, we're there. Admiralty ship stats, so Eng 42, Psi 47, and TAC 37. And special is plus 35 Psi when alone. And there is a shot of the console Universal Reformed Living Construct. Those are just probably like the test ships there, because we don't really face these in the game. So activating this console causes the living construct to breach the systems of surrounding vessels, locking weapons on each other and engaging each other in combat. Does not affect player starships or living stellar creatures, so that's pretty cool. And we did see that on the 10 forward stream, them showing that off. The Vau-N'Akat living construct was a powerful weapon against the Federation, but through persistence, understanding, and no small amount of gumption, a youth named Windala was able to intercede and save the Federation fleet from ruin. How precisely a more friendly living construct came to serve aboard this Protostar class vessel is highly classified, but it promises to be as powerful an ally as it once was an adversary. This console additionally provides a passive bonus to Starship control expertise and again shield power. Tooltip: target self takes over up to 8 nearby starships for X amount of seconds, confusing them, placating them, and engaging them in combat with each other. So that's pretty cool. While confused and placated, foes receive percentage bonus damage, scales with control expertise and aux power. And the Starship trait, Hex Grid Shield Focusing. After achieving level 5 in your Protostar Temporal Science Spearhead, you'll unlock the Hex Grid Shield Focusing Starship trait. While this trait is slotted, manually redistributing shields grants critical severity based on the total capacity of the forward shields, up to a cap of 60,000 forward shields. Really doesn't sound much, but that's what they're leaning into. Proto Warp. This vessel has a powerful and experimental Proto Warp drive that improves and replaces the slipstream drive used in sector space. It also replaces the visual elements of Transwarp, and of course we already know how that looks like. They showed that on stream and we have it right there. So quite interesting and kind of cool that they did that. So again, I mentioned this before, this ship is something that is now on our list. We'll possibly get it next year, even though it's not an Enterprise. It is a hero ship still, and I guess we want to collect the hero ships, just like we did the Cerritos. It eventually warmed up on us, especially after watching Lower Decks. So it's good to have this in game. Not so good that it's a lockbox ship, of course. So again, captains, our recommendations, of course, is to buy the keys or the promo packs on sale. Wait for the sale to be over. Put them on the exchange. Try to get as much EC as you can for them. Rinse and repeat until you have enough EC. And wait, you might have to wait a couple months, a month or so, until the price goes up to 1.5 billion and lower. But that is a guaranteed way to get the ship if this is something you really want. And for us, it is going to be just on the list. This has moved above some of the ships that we've had on our ships, sort of from the promo event, from the event campaign, I should say. So it's going to be interesting to see what this does in terms of if it's going to help Prodigy, I should say, get back on the air, because it's still looking for a home for season 2. But a lot of interesting stuff that they're showing us, and I can't wait to possibly get more content from Prodigy, because we're going to enjoy it regardless. And again, it's overall, I think it's a positive for Star Trek Online that this ship did actually make its way in. How it got in, of course, not the best ways, but it's in nonetheless. So captains, that is the video. Do us again a huge favor, hit that like button And of course, subscribe here to the YouTube Bridge, but also comment below. Let us know your thoughts on the Protostar and if you're going to be getting it. And of course, we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.